going on today is a massive planting scheme. We've got over 1,600 plants and we're trying to get them all in on the one day. These are plants that are sort of Mediterranean style plants that don't mind being planted into substrate and can cope with drought. So we put a special call out for as many volunteers as we could today, and hopefully by the end of today we'll have planted 1,600 plants. What we did first of all, we applied for another postcode lottery bid and we were really successful and won it. We were in funds again and we had money to spend. The first thing that we did was create a bog garden. We managed to not only make the bog garden but also with the money that we had we managed to plant it up as well. And then with the spoil that came from the bog garden we made what we call Table Mountain, experimenting on planting into substrate that doesn't have any real nutrition in it and plants that will survive drought as well, and that was successful. The designer for this project is Paul, who is training to be a garden designer. He joined as a volunteer because he wanted to get experience of a large-scale project. So he's worked really hard on designing this and choosing the plants and sourcing them as well, and he's done a brilliant job.
It's been a long process to get the design on paper done, but to see it going in the ground is just fantastic, with everyone working together to make it a reality is just brilliant. What we're standing on right now is just bare, solid, reinforced concrete, and you can see it changing into something that's going to be really green. It's going to be full of different pollinators and butterflies and bees, etc. And there's also places to go and sit and enjoy it. This was a really stark, uncomfortable place to be, and once it's planted up it'll be a lovely haven, a lovely place to come and spend some time.
We managed to take some of the concrete up, but it was proving very, very expensive, and also we retained the concrete on site to be environmentally friendly, so we were just thinking we were going to end up with a concrete mountain. So we changed tack and we excavated 2 metre square pits in the concrete, and now we're planting on top of the concrete. So rather than work against it, we're working with it. We planted some trees from a grant from the Northern Forest, which is great, and we've also had the civil engineers dig us a pond that obviously we think will make a real difference to the reserve as far as frogs, tadpoles. We've already seen birds and ducks in it as well.
What we're trying to do, bit by bit on the site, is introduce different habitats so that we support different elements of wildlife. So we've got a wildflower meadow, we've got a bog garden, we've got native hedging, we've got wild areas where we've just left nature do its thing. And we've now got this area, which again is just adds a different component to the space and provides different habitat and different food sources for different animals. A lot of hard work has gone into this. There's been a lot of work in preparation. A lot of the people here today have been involved in that. So there's a real sense of ownership and it's fun. It really is fun just coming to 1,600 plants that we're putting in here, and so we need this amount of people. And it's great to have that, again, that sense of ownership around putting it in, creating something beautiful.
I think it was 32 houses that will be on this 4.5 acre site, and every time we come in and something else is blooming, it's just another reason for celebrating the fact that this isn't a red row housing estate.